Okay, I'm going to be doing the tutorial on the pen tool, and what we're going to do is some basic stuff real quick. I'm going to go ahead and go to your brush tool. Mine's a very low image quality. It's only 100% at the moment, so your brush will be different. I'm going to do a 3% or 3 pixels, and going to go down to the pen tool. Now with the pen tool, what you want to do is you always want to work on a separate layer. Of course, I'm going to make a duplicate layer of the background. Now I'm going to do a new layer, and I'm going to fill this with white. Control backspace. Here is the color that it will be turned into, the background color. Now I'm also going to do another layer. We're actually going to work on this layer so we do not destroy any other layer. So we're going to work on this one. And on this one, we'll go ahead and name it outline. And we'll uncheck for the white so we can see what we're doing. We're going to click, and we're going to click again. Right here, we're just doing the outline. You click and drag. Now you hit Control, and you can actually move it. Alt, and you move the other handlebar. Now you do, again, click, drag, Control, click. Now I'm going to Alt and click the handlebar. There we go. Control, click. Now this is the Alt. Now if I didn't hit the Alt and this, look what happens when I click up here. It makes this curve way too deep. So what you have to do is you have to hit Alt, click, and bring it in. Okay, and now instead of boring you with all the clicks, I went ahead and clicked all around it, and I'm in the last click right here. I was gonna close it up. You see the circle that comes out? So I'm gonna go ahead and click and drag, and there we go. We have it finished. Now I'm gonna right click, stroke path, and I'm gonna leave it on simulate pressure. And I think it makes a real cool effect. It's almost like a paintbrush. If you just wanted a solid outline, you just uncheck it and it'll be a solid outline. So I'm going to leave it checked. I'm going to click OK, or you can hit enter. It'll make that outline. I'm also going to hit enter again, or you can right click and hit delete path. But again, just going to hit enter. So now I'm going to go to the white layer, and there you can see our path. Now, as you can see, it didn't work out too well on this side. So what you might want to do is just go ahead and make it just one stroke. So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to Control Alt Z, and now I'm going to stroke path, and this time I'm going to uncheck it, and we'll see what happens. Now, of course, you can make the brush thicker, and you'll get a different result as well. So now I'm just going to hit enter. Now I'm going to hit this, and there's your outline. So again, you have different effects, and I'm going to show you how you can do some shading on this. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another layer. I'm going to call this one shading. Oops, sorry about that. Shading. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to the pen tool, and I'm going to start here. I'm going to come down to here. And now I'm going to increase my brush size. And again, yours will be much larger, so don't worry. I'm going to just increase it by 1 over, so it's going to be to 5. Then go back to the pen tool. I'm going to right click, stroke path, and I'm going to simulate pressure. Click OK, hit enter again, and I'm going to click on the white layer. I'm also going to go to filter, and go to blur and Gaussian blur. and now that's going to give that shading effect or shadow effect. And I have it at 3.5. You might have to increase it to maybe like 15 or 17 or so. But again, for tutorial purposes, I'm going to leave mine here. And now we'll go to the next one. Drag. There we go. Right click. Stroke path. Enter, enter. And again, what I recommend you do is all the clicks first. Like we'll just do this right quick. Let's go and delete that. Alright, and I'm going to stroke path, enter, enter, and do another one. Right click, stroke path, enter, enter, and do a couple right here. I could just increase the brush size, but I just enter, enter, stroke path, enter, enter. And since we're going to blur it, hopefully it'll come out pretty good. Enter, enter. And here we'll do the same. Click and drag. Stroke. Enter, enter. Do it one more time. Stroke path. Enter, enter. And then we'll go down here. Now Alt click, bring it back in. There we go. Right click, enter, enter, show path. There's another one. And all we're doing is shadows right now. You can get as detailed as you like. Stroke path, enter, enter. Gonna go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Hit OK. And that's so far what it's looking like. Alright guys, this is what I've been doing. Just a little bit of shadowing on each layer. It's a different shadow. And here's just a few shadows that I did. Went to the outfit, a little bit more detail on the outfit, more shadows, and all this is done with the lines. I went with the pressurized, and then also did the filter in Gaussian blur. So I got most of these, and some more upper body. Had to outline the arm, forgot that one. I started working on the fire and just different brushes and also different blending modes. And the reason you want to do these in all these layers is you can lower the opacity. Say if it's too much, you can always lower the opacity on them. So say this was too much, I could always just click on it and drag it down. And you can see that it's working on the shadows of the body, like in the forearms. So if I put it too much, I can always lower it down. And of course, way down here, if I take off the white, that was the original, and this is mine. So I mean, there could be a lot more work done on it, but I think I spent enough time on it. And that's it. Of course, this was done by Helping Others Help, or Joe. Again, leave feedback, suggestions, comments, ways I can do this better, ways I could help others do better. Of course, there's several different techniques. This is just one that I found. So the important thing, click and drag. It'll bring out the little bars. So then click and drag. It'll bring out these little handles. And of course, the Alt is important because it'll bring out the little bar where you can move it. And then the Control will make you get the anchor, and you can move that. And of course, you right click stroke path, brush pressurized, and you always want to make sure your brush is whatever you want it to be, whether it's the hard or the feathered. So again, it's whatever you want it to be. That's it for me, guys. It's Joe signing out. Again, comment, uh, leave messages, all that fun stuff. Video responses are welcomed. Again, if you can show how we can do it better, please help. And this is just a pen tutorial. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care, guys.